Hi class, so as I wrote in the module, this will be a concise lecture. I guess the best way to do it is to have this the English 30 film and reading strategies handout. You can print it out, jot things down, or you can just have it open as you watch the film. Alright, so the purpose of this activity is to illustrate the importance of active reading, viewing when faced with the task of analyzing a film or piece of literature. The 3 active reading, viewing strategies, not 2, that we will discuss and practice today are predicting, responding, and questioning. So I'll give probably just one example of each. So we'll start with predicting. When active readers are engaged with a written text, they tend to ask themselves what is going to happen next. We make guesses, and without skipping to the end of the murder mystery, unless you're one of those, we revise our predictions as needed. And this is crucial in terms of reading. I reiterated in my 1A class, if you spend some time to activate your prior knowledge about the topic, right, kind of do a little bit of skimming and scanning an article, a book, whatever, and if you think about what you already know about the topic, and use that to make predictions, you are going to get a lot more out of your reading. And if you don't know anything about the topic, right, if you're not taking a class and the teacher hasn't provided anything, then it's fine to do a quick Wikipedia search to learn a little bit. So the other reason why that it's good to predict is you kind of establish a purpose for reading, keeps you engaged, and you're looking, right? You're looking for those questions to be answered. You're looking as to whether or not what you predicted, came to fruition. If not, then you monitor and correct, right? So this is all of the cognitive process that happens while we read. So this first scene we're going to watch, Citizen Kane, for all you film buffs out there, right? It's usually when somebody says, what's the greatest film of all time? This is usually mentioned up there. If you've seen the movie, don't reveal any of the answers to the predicting questions to your classmates. Ha ha ha. Well, as I said, this was supposed to be in an online class. But anyway, we're going to watch the opening scene. And if you've seen the movie, just kind of play along. As you watch this opening scene, consider the following questions, right? And you can jot some down as you go, or just think of them. When the scene is over, I'll come back and share a few of my thoughts. Okay, so the 3 questions for this opening scene. What is Rosebud? How do you know it's important? Who is this man? Why is his death important to this film? What will the film be about? What visual clues did Wells give us to create the mood or the theme of this film? What is the mood of the scene? Let's stop there and talk about mood. Mood is, so in literature we got 2 things. We got tone and mood. Tone is the author's kind of the way they feel about the subject. And it's usually dictated through word choice, positive or negative connotations of words. Mood is what the audience feels, right? So in cinema, it could be a number of things, right? What do you think the theme of the film will be? All right, so, okay, Citizen Kane, famous last words scene. Okay, the first question, what is Rosebud? I mean, it would probably be luck if you got it, unless you've seen it. I've seen it. I don't, I know what's going to happen at the end, but I don't, the only thing we can go off of, he stares at that snow globe, right? And then those were his last words. So that's how you know it's important. And I'll tell you what, that's the whole, basically that's the movie, trying to figure out what it was, right? So the only clue we have is he was staring at that snow globe. Then he says, his famous last words, so we know that it's important. So let's maybe go back to that in a minute, but let's talk about some of the other questions. Who is this man? Well, we don't know who the man is. Why is his death important to this film? Well, it's the first thing we get, right? And also, he seems to be a rather rich man. When I saw the monkeys, I think they were monkeys, I immediately thought of Michael Jackson. I'm thinking, well, the only people that I know of who ever had monkeys were rich. Not only that, there was a golf course, right? You saw that it was like a par 4, 365 yards. But the thing is, though, is it's a dilapidated, right? It's run down. So we can just, and there's a barrier around around his place, his mansion. So, we could assume that he had wealth. And it seems like he died alone, right? There was just that nurse in there. Oh, by the way, wasn't that cool? Did you guys notice the non-diegetic sound when the snow globe crashed to the floor? We didn't hear the crash of the glass. We heard the drum. Well, I kind of gave away what the film will be about, but but anyway, that's part of it. But there's some other stuff too. What visual clues did Wells give us to create the movie? Well, I think again, the darkness, and the music. So based off that, we might predict that the theme of the film. Just taking out what I know about the film, rich guy, eerie music, dying alone, maybe a life of regret, something like that. So you get the picture.